Well, okay. First, he said that I was a very attractive woman.
Yeah.
Then he said I was fun to be with.
Yeah.
And then he said he was impotent.
Television in the late 1980s glowed a little brighter, thanks to 4 women sharing cheesecake, laughs, and heartbreak in Miami. Yet, The Golden Girls was layered with unspoken truths, backstage secrets, and sudden changes fans never saw coming. Here are 10 hidden stories and revelations that Betty White herself whispered before her passing, counting down to the biggest truth behind the show's golden legacy. Number 1. Betty White's real reason for taking the role of Rose from The Golden Girls. Let's go back to 1985, when TV dinners steamed under foil and families gathered around the living room set. Betty White, already a household name from game shows and The Mary Tyler Moore Show, made a surprising choice. She stepped into the shoes of Rose Nyland on The Golden Girls. For decades, fans assumed she just fit the part, but near the end of her remarkable life, Betty finally shared why she chose sweet, naive Rose. She felt a deep, personal craving for warmth after years of razor-sharp comedy roles. Instead of sly quips, she wanted a character built of kindness. Betty cherished the Minnesota heart and gentle optimism Rose brought to the screen. It wasn't just acting. It was a wish to spread joy, to laugh and love with an audience one last golden time. The show clocked 7 seasons on NBC, and through every one, Rose's honesty and innocence stood out. For millions, that honesty, Betty's honesty, became the real soul of The Golden Girls. As we turn the page, it's hard not to smile at the legacy of laughter left behind. Number 2. Before she passed, Betty White finally revealed the truth about The Golden Girls. A burst of laughter, then a daring punchline. The Golden Girls knew how to make you spit out your Cocoa Puffs in surprise. Thanks to executive producer Paul Younger-Witt, who drove the show from 1985 on. These ladies took on everything from AIDS and elder care to coming out, all in prime time. Betty White, in her later interviews, admitted that the cast was proud but a little anxious about how the world would react to such unfiltered honesty. Picture Rose, Blanche, Dorothy, and Sophia talking about things that most families kept quiet about in the 80s. Witt demanded scripts that were sharp, funny, and unafraid, and it paid off. The Golden Girls racked up over 100 episodes and multiple Emmys. Far from being just a cozy sitcom, it opened the door for big, tough conversations in American living rooms. That same brave spirit, still echoing in television today, reminds us what can happen when you refuse to shy away from the truth. Onward to the next page in pop culture's playbook. Number 3. Estelle Getty was much younger than her on-screen daughter from The Golden Girls. Picture Estelle Getty shuffling onto the Miami set, ready to become Sophia Petrillo before the familiar cameras of The Golden Girls. In reality, Estelle was born in 1923, making her just 1 year older than Bea Arthur, who played her strong-willed on-screen daughter Dorothy. Yet, every week from 1985 forward, millions believed Sophia was Dorothy's mother. The secret? Hours in the makeup chair each morning, where artists transformed Estelle with latex, wigs, and clever wrinkles until 2 actors practically became different generations. The illusion wasn't just cosmetic, it added fuel to that signature mother-daughter sparring, equal parts warm and wicked. Audiences bought it, laughing along with every acerbic zinger Sophia hurled. It's a little Hollywood magic that made the Miami kitchen feel real, showing just how far classic sitcoms would go to craft unforgettable television. And as the laughter fades, we're reminded, sometimes the best tricks are a matter of heart, spirit, and nearly perfect makeup glue. Number 4. Bea Arthur and Betty White's off-screen friction from The Golden Girls. Rising laughter, fast one-liners, and a set that seemed like home. The Golden Girls was the sitcom centerpiece of prime time through the late 80s. But behind the scenes, things weren't always as cozy as cheesecake at midnight. Betty White, beloved for her sunny wit, quietly confirmed in her later years that she and Bea Arthur were never truly close friends once the camera stopped rolling. Arthur's sharp, sometimes brooding presence would contrast with White's easy humor, creating a backstage tension that somehow supercharged their on-screen banter. While the sitcom first aired in 1985 on NBC, no one watching would guess these 2 stars, Dorothy and Rose, were far from best friends. Instead, their chalk and cheese dynamic made every episode crackle. Their professionalism masked any friction, transforming private sparks into comedic fireworks that still hold up decades later. It's a reminder, sometimes the most memorable performances are built on contrasts you never see. As we move ahead, let's keep peeling back the curtain on TV's best unsolved mysteries. Number 5. The Miami house set, a Hollywood illusion from The Golden Girls. When you picture The Golden Girls, it's impossible not to see that pastel-shaded Miami house, with its archways and cheerful palm prints. But here's the secret that Betty White herself delighted in sharing late in life. The cozy home at the heart of the show was never in Florida at all. The famous facade, those pinks and teals, was actually a clever set at CBS Studios in Los Angeles, first going up in 1985. Step back, and you'd see a thin shell and a patch of ordinary California grass pretending to be a front yard. Even the driveway was nothing more than painted concrete. The true inspiration for the set design, a real home on South Saltaire Avenue in Los Angeles, is hundreds of miles from Miami's shores. It was all smoke, mirrors, and a lot of sitcom magic. Yet somehow, whenever Betty, B, Rue, and Estelle stepped through that door, you believed it was South Florida. It's proof that television could conjure warmth and sunshine, no matter where the cameras were pointed. Let's pause for a second. Did you always picture the Golden Girls house as truly Miami? Or did this Hollywood illusion surprise you? Share your favorite TV set that fooled you, or one you wish you could visit in real life. Number 6. Cheesecake was a prop, not a real favorite from the Golden Girls. Under the cozy lights of a Miami kitchen, Cheesecake always seemed like the fifth Golden Girl. Scene after scene, you watched Dorothy, Blanche, Rose, and Sophia gather at that round table, slicing into yet another cheesecake while swapping secrets and advice. But behind the scenes, the story was less sweet. In 2021, before her passing, Betty White finally spilled the real scoop. Neither she nor B. Arthur actually liked the treat. With every retake, they longed for anything but another forkful. Yet, in episode after episode since 1985, Cheesecake worked its magic. It symbolized all-night talks and unbreakable bonds, proof that the right prop, even one nobody wanted to eat, can become pure television gold. The next time you crave a late-night snack, you might remember those silver-haired women, and how sometimes what happens after midnight is just for the cameras. Number 7. Betty White was originally cast as Blanche from The Golden Girls. Picture the original pilot table read for The Golden Girls in 1985. Betty White settling into Blanche's lines, and Rue McClanahan brushing up on Rose's innocent charm. That's right, their roles were nearly reversed. Producers, fresh off Betty's infamous turn as the sharp-tongued Sue Ann Nivens on The Mary Tyler Moore Show, feared typecasting. In a bold, last-minute twist, they swapped the roles. Betty embraced Rose's sweet, naive optimism, while Rue let loose as the sultry Blanche. The change was more than cosmetic. It gave television two of its most iconic performances, reshaping the legacy of both actresses. Through 7 seasons on NBC, Betty and Rue became so intertwined with their characters that fans couldn't imagine it any other way. It's a reminder that small choices, a casting swap, a gut feeling, sometimes make for the biggest magic. As the laughter fades out, we're left marveling at how close we came to an entirely different Golden Girls, and ready for another look behind the scenes. Number 8. Estelle Getty's secret battle with stage fright from the Golden Girls. Backstage at the Golden Girls, amid the laughter and quick-witted dialogue, lay a secret no audience could see. Estelle Getty, who portrayed the razor-sharp Sophia Petrillo, battled a paralyzing stage fright for nearly every episode. Though Sophia could slice through a conversation with a single line, Estelle herself was often gripped with deep anxiety and struggled to memorize her lines. Crew members vividly recall the set of The Golden Girls from 1985 onward, littered with post-it notes, reminders and cues tucked behind lamps and kitchen cupboards, even taped inside Sophia's purse. Co-stars like B. Arthur and Rue McClanahan would comfort her during anxious moments, forming a bond built on empathy and patience. Estelle's vulnerability seeped right into her performance, adding a fragile humanness beneath Sophia's crusty New York exterior. By the end of each episode, you'd never know the nerves and notes it took to bring Sophia's humor to life. Sometimes the funniest characters hide the bravest hearts, leaving you looking just a little closer the next time you watch an old favorite. Number 9. B. Arthur's quiet struggle with the studio audience from The Golden Girls. Picture the bright lights and roar of laughter echoing across a Miami living room set. But behind the scenes, B. Arthur, the legendary actress who brought Dorothy Zbornak to life on The Golden Girls, felt a subtle discomfort. She wasn't thrilled by the energy of a live audience. B, with her background steeped in Broadway and stagecraft, often craved quieter, more intimate moments, the kind you find in theater or single-camera comedies. The series, which premiered on NBC in 1985 and would become an instant classic, thrived on big reactions and hearty laughs. Yet for B, every outburst from the crowd sometimes broke her focus, nudging her line delivery just a touch sharper or cooler than the script might have asked. That tiny edge made Dorothy unforgettable, wry, unfiltered, and real. Over time, this behind-the-scenes tension lent the show an authenticity that kept viewers glued episode after episode. Sometimes the magic of television is born from a little friction, echoing through every perfectly timed sigh or cutting remark. Now, let's turn the spotlight to the next story waiting in the wings. Number 10. Rue McClanahan's wardrobe was all hers from the Golden Girls. Picture Blanche Devereaux sweeping into her Miami kitchen, dazzling in shimmering pastels or bold floral robes. Every time you marveled at a new outfit on the Golden Girls, chances are Rue McClanahan was already plotting her off-screen keepsake. Rue negotiated a unique clause. She kept every single costume she wore on set. Her personal collection eventually ballooned to hundreds of silky, sequined ensembles, each reflecting Blanche's signature Southern sass. Costume designer Judy Evans crafted many of these looks exclusively for the show, blending glamour with character quirks in a way audiences loved from 1985 until the final episode in 1992. While Blanche's wardrobe always sparkled under the studio lights, Rue's real-life closet shone too, a testament to her savvy and her love of glitter and glam. With every dress and draped scarf, Rue took a piece of TV history home, long before memorabilia was a trend. You can almost smell the Miami breezes, feel the shimmer, proof that great style never truly fades.
Woe is me. Woe, oh, woe is me.
Problem, Blanche?